than with me, but whatever.
No. Have y'all seen this video of these kidnapped girls, the Cleveland girls? Have you watched any of that video?
No, I watched it this morning and lost it. I was just telling Steve Kimball, when I saw it, I just grabbed my head and I just started crying. I just thought, this is Treasure You. It's about being stuck. And to hear that last girl speak was just, she was the one who was abused physically. Really bad and has had reconstructive work, and to hear her speak.
And it was difficult for her to speak a little bit.
Yes, you could tell, but she pushed through it, and she was beautiful and so gracious and so forgiving that I just thought, you know what, I'm not tripping off of one thing today, because if she can be that gracious and that positive about what she's been through, surely I can get over what little stuff I'm going through.
Amen.
Yeah. So it was the best thing I saw this morning. I immediately emailed Stuart and said, we've got to show this video.
I know, and you know, I love that they were all looking beautiful, and you know that they're just they were trying to put out there, just portraying that we are strong women, we made it through this.
But you know, I'll tell you something, you don't get over that real quick.
Oh no.
So there's this energy in them to overcome, and now we're out and we're doing this, and they're being strong again because they're inspirations. But Lord knows what they go through when they're by themselves or when they're talking to their families, or you know, I mean, it's, you know, it's two faces. It's just, it's the face we see, and then it's the face within them. So.
But you know, Susie, and you have a great point, but I think there's something about when you've gone through something, it's about your attitude. It's about changing your mindset first. And you're right, sometimes your heart has to follow. They've got a process to go through, but you've got to at least make the decision that I'm going to be strong, I'm going to be a survivor, I'm going to push through this thing, and I'm going to make it.
I think the only way they could survive that is to be in denial. I do. I think when you're going through something that horrific,
probably a certain extent, just to protect yourself.
That is a protection where you turn your thinking around to adapt, because they had to adapt, or they would they would be insane.
I think what impressed me most is, instead of putting a message out there of hate and revenge, and you know, which would be so easy to understand. I think had they done it that way, everybody would have understood. They chose instead love and forgiveness, and to share their strength, and hopefully to motivate others who've been through something horrific. And
they had each other. They had each other.
They're like sisters. You know, those women are just bonded for the rest of their life, you know, whether they want to be or not. I mean, they're family now.
And just think if we could all do that. As sisters.
And as women,
As women, walk that same type of, you know, bond, and okay, I got your back, and get through this together. I mean, we could get through anything.
And we all look at mean men in the face and say, bless your heart.
No, really though, instead of like the hateful comments, and that we were just talking to a friend of ours yesterday who does a lot of social media, and he's, you know, very active on a blog and everything, and he was saying that the people who supported him the most at first have now become some of the haters. They're, you know, he sends out these motivational messages, and then everybody's got now something to say about it that's kind of, you know, trying to tear somebody down.
Well, and I think a lot of that just goes back to, if you come from a positive place, people are like, okay, what medicine are you taking? Like, why are you so happy? And people just want to tear down anyone that's happy and uplifting and positive. And so, just girls, just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, I think they're amazing.
What do you think that is, Susie?
Haterade.
People do that.
Fear.
They're drinking Haterade, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Susie's in fear.
Yeah.
It's severe. There are only two emotions, love or fear. And when you're in fear, you're bitter, you're resentful, you're afraid you don't have any place, you're afraid you're losing your place, afraid of losing your job, so you hate the person that you think is doing more. It's all about fear. And that's when you come from, and here we go, but when you come from that faith place where it shifts you into the love place, like these girls were able to do the ultimate love, which was forgive. So they are so evolved in that alone, where the rest of us are still struggling, you know, trying to get over old resentments and
despite
bitterness.
the rough road ahead of them, despite what they've been through and the rough road ahead. Yeah.